Joining me now to answer your questions are Charlene Williamson, a historic interpreter at George Washington's Mount Vernon estate, who we just saw on the tape a few moments ago. Thanks for being here, Charlene.
Thank you.
And from the 18th century, Tom Davis, a member of the enslaved community at Mount Vernon. Tom was a laborer at the Mansion House farm. At various times, he worked as a ditcher, bricklayer, fish net rigger, painter, paper hanger, grass cutter, and brick maker. He also hunted food for the Washington's table. And Tom, if General Washington entrusted you with a gun and gunpowder, you had to be a pretty good shot.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I was a superb shot. Me and my dog, Gunner. Now, we go out there and go hunting every now and then, and you only get to shoot one time in about a minute or so. So, you shoot and you miss. Well, chances are everything gonna be gone. So you gotta be a good shot.
Well, we have a lot of questions for you and Charlene. They've been emailed in to us. Let's start our discussion with a question from Mrs. Silva's 4th grade class from Indian Brook Elementary School in Plymouth, Massachusetts. They would like to know how many slaves worked at the farms and what kind of jobs did they do? Charlene?
Well, that's a very good question to start off with. We're very fortunate that George Washington was such a great record keeper. In 1799, he did a census of his enslaved population, or a record. And from that, we've been able to know the names and the ages and even some of the jobs that some of the enslaved workers did here. Now, we know in 1799, George Washington had about 316 slaves that lived and worked here. Now, we know some of them worked in the fields, on the farms. You heard from Slamming Joe that his wife's name was Scylla. Scylla would have worked in the fields as a field worker tending to the crops. There was also someone by the name of Ben. He was the miller. He worked at the grist mill. He did skilled labor here. Some of the other skilled labor would have been carpenters. They would have been brickmakers, spinners, and weavers as well. And there were also slaves who worked in the house, and they would have taken care of the Washington family and their visitors.
Well, we have a great studio audience with us today. Does anyone have a question? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, hi. My name is Mohammed. My question is, do you live on one of the farms?
Well, yes, sir. You see, I stay up on the Mansion House farm. Now, I used to stay in the slave quarters with all the single men, but I got time to listen to those Negroes talk and fight all night, so now I stay with my sister Betty in her cabin, but we still on the Mansion House farm.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Another question from the audience.
Hi, my name's Chris. My question is, are you married and do you have any kids?
Well, sir, I ain't married yet, but I got my eyes on somebody on another plantation, but you a little young, I can't tell you about that right now. But, I got time, yes, sir, but I've always wanted to start me a family and whatnot. Have me a little boy running around here. Yes, sir.